Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport. Here we are at long last. We are doing the test run of the Piko BR 262 tank locomotive and also of the SNCF BA140TA by Juef. So we've got Deutsche Reichsbahn locomotive, the pre-war German State Railways and post-war East German State Railways, and in this case here we have the SNCF liveried 040TA. These locomotives were first fielded by the ETA lines, if I don't remember badly, and maybe originally they were a West design, but then West folded and they were very quickly taken over. No, I think these were ETA. These were ETA from the very start. I get a bit confused with all these changes in French railway ownership. Anyway, this is in the post-1938 SNCF French State Railways Company. Okay, so both locomotives are tank engines. We have a mixed traffic tank engine here, the BR64. It was used both for freight and passenger trains. In this case here we have the 040TA, which was developed as a shunting engine. So talking from a model point of view, both locomotives have got 3-pole motors, albeit very different motors in performance. We have the wonderful and very good motor, Piko motor, which is a ring-fueled motor. We have all-wheel drive in this case here, with each axle is driven. Very over-engineered, typically German solution, but it's an extremely controllable locomotive, and the motor nearly behaves as if it has a flywheel. In the other case, we have the open frame Juef 3-pole motor, a rather noisy affair, combined to gear drive. In this case here, we have the drive from the motor to the main drive shaft by gears, and then by worm gear to the frontmost wheel, and then the couplings in this case here actually are drive couplings, so there's only one wheel driven. And this locomotive here, the 040TA, as we saw in the previous videos, was then really improved by Juef with the belt drive, in particular with the 5-pole motor. So in its 3-pole motor, it's a rather noisy affair. I've been toying with the idea of swapping motors. I have to get a gear puller and putting a 5-pole motor in here, and no doubt combination of 5-pole motor gear drive, because these locomotives here by Juef, the 040TAs, when when they changed the design, they fitted the 5-pole motor coupled up to the belt drive, and the belt drive drives the same identical drive shaft, only drives the rear wheels. But we'll talk about that when we actually do a comparative performance review between this locomotive and its counterpart open cab version, which we already saw in the previous videos, which has got the much more modern, it's a much more recent Juef locomotive with a 5-pole motor and a belt drive. Anyway, that's enough for the moment. Back to the BR64, because I'm getting very long-winded here. My wife always says I talk too much, I'm like a broken radio. Right, okay, on we go. Let's hope we're going in the right direction. Very controllable motor. I'm at slightly above 50% speed on my mechano controller. I've cleaned all the track because the track was very oxidized. This layout hadn't been out since I think November. Let's pan in. Oh, it's stalled because of dirty track. There you go. There's always some problems here at the points. I've been cleaning the points, added a spot, I gave it a bit more juice. This is a critical point in between these two sets of points. Let's see if it's going to make it now. I think I'll just keep my hand on the controller and give it a little bit more oomph to cross this part. Yes, okay, there it is. I think we'll reverse now and go the other direction. This locomotive here takes a little bit, you have to give it a bit of a surge in power to start it up in reverse. As we saw in all the maintenance videos, this locomotive has had a long service life. It's quite used and it's not as responsive in switching when you turn back into reverse as the practically brand new BR75 by Piko. There we are, reverse. We'll do another lap in reverse just to warm things up. I'm planning to see if I can improve the rear lights with the acrylic diamonds in typical Piko style. Okay, we're going to stop here because we're going to go forwards. Open the points. Oh, it's a great crawler, absolutely. Let's open a set of points and let's couple up to a short East German passenger train. East German Reichsbahn locomotive. So we're going to couple it up to a series of... Remember, we have to also... I'm putting the extra light on now. Remember, when we did all the maintenance video, there was the problem with the rear coupling hook. Rear coupling hook which is lacking its hook. See, it's broken, it was bent up the way. So I've decided that we can actually use the thing just using the eye of the hook and coupling up to the hook of the whatever rolling stock we're going to couple up to. So we're just going to do that, at least until I can get the spare parts. I need to get a new coupling hook assembly for the rear truck, but that's a thing that will happen in the future. Okay, let's reverse slowly. Is this going? It's still going forward. Switch back. Excellent over points. I think we're just going to stop here and we're going to couple up. Do a manual coupling here because we're on a bend as well. So what we want to do, I don't even have a toothpick on me here, that's great, we'll just use my finger. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, perfect. I think it would have probably coupled up automatically as well. Okay, I was a bit pessimist there, wasn't I? Okay, let's see if we're going to move away with this short passenger train of 2 clerestory second class Deutsche Reichsbahn carriages. Pre-war, definitely these are interwar periods, and a Deutsche Reichsbahn luggage car, which is illuminated, by the way. Okay, let's just go back to natural light as well. We don't need to have, or we'll go, let's see how the coupling handles. We're going back, let's go forward. I think the coupling is coping very well. The locomotive is doing a good job. Bit of wheel slip here because we're going up a slight, there's a slight warp in the board, so we have like a hill, a bend on a hill. Ah, of course one of them, there's been a derailment. Disaster. Let's see if we give it a bit of juice and bring it here. There's been a derailment, of course. There's a good strong engine, huh? It's pulling the train even if it derailed. Oh, that's nice. Typical. One of these carriages does tend to derail. There's a bit of buffer lock. Even if these are all Schicht carriages, all the same, huh? So it's not as if I'm using different couplings from different manufacturers and things. They're quite close couplings and they're sprung. They're sprung, but they're quite a close coupling, these Schicht couplings, and so sometimes these things can happen. So here we are. Let's just get ourselves back in position, and off we go. Okay. And now the rear truck has derailed. Oh no, disaster struck. Disaster, total derailment. Let's see if we can fix the derailment. Okay, bear with me while we fix the derailment. Okie doke, righto. Just sit there on the tripod. Let's sort things out. Why is this misbehaving? Why is this misbehaving? Because the front truck, the rear pony truck derailed, and I think we're definitely going to have to get the spare part, because it seems to having the two hooks. Okay, is that okay? That's okay. Let's see if that couples up. Hang on, you're a pain in the neck. Okay, probably there's too much stress not having the double hook. Okay. Righto, let's see what happens now. Let's see if we're going to manage to move away without any more traumas. Oh, so far so good. Hold on till I turn you around. Of course I'm wearing reading glasses now and I'm trying to see far away in the distance. Oh no, it's a disaster. Again. Oh, what's going on? Oh, it derailed. No, we are having problems. Oh yes, the problems are continuing. And if I don't remember badly, one of these Schicht carriages, the one with a lighter coloured roof, meaning this one, when I got this one here, I had to do some jobs on the bogies. One of the bogies had some problems, and generally, in fact, I don't put this one close to a locomotive, even if oh, it's a disaster. So let's just do this. I'm just going to swap things round. We'll put this one here. This was the one that was in perfect condition when I got it. We'll fit this one here to the locomotive. If that's going to... Things don't always go well here. You're going to hitch up. How do you make? Okay, we'll put that one there. Oof. I'm trying to catch this. Hang on. Let's put this one here. Okay. Couple that up. Okay. Being a bit rough. Ah, this is derailed. The rear pony truck is derailed. That's what the problem was. Okay. Just going to catch that in there. And that's us. I think we're good. Because of this system, the rear truck. Okay, let's see what happens now. Oof. I think we're good to go again. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it's going to behave. Whoops. No, there's some problems here, folks. Why on earth is this? What's going on? Oh, some problems. Hello, problems. Problems again. This carriage here is being a bit of a what's it? Why on earth are you going in buffer lock with your mate here? Why? What's the purpose of doing this? Showing yourself up. I wonder what the problem is. Who's missed? Because the rear truck didn't come off. Okay. The locomotive, that's okay. This is still derailed. Okay, let's see. By the noise, we still have a derailment. Oh my god, it's a disaster. What's going on here? Why on earth? There we go, we're still on the derailment. We've still got problems. Sorry. Disaster, disaster, disaster. Why? What's going on here? The BR64 is coping well. It's pulling this very ill-behaved train. That derailed as well. Don't understand. I didn't do a trial run. Excuse me. Okay, it seems to be behaving now. Something's wrong. So, what's wrong here? The rear pony truck derailed. Again. There's probably too much weight on the eye to actually behave. And of course I don't have a toothpick on me. So this is, it might work, things might work better. See, I have to replace this part. I'm going to have to find it. Either I replace that, or I'm planning to do reconstruct this using a piece of wire, a very fine piece of wire, just, you know, to hold the thing in position. Of course, this is, get down, there you go. It's one of the very annoying thing. Okay, and let's see if we can get things to behave now. Oil all over the place, grease on my fingers. I greased all the linkage. Of course, I don't have paper, anything. I'll just wipe myself on my trousers. That's okay. Righto, very well. Righto, I'm trying to understand what's going on here. Makes no sense. We'll have to do some more tests with a different. We see the problem here is that the locomotive coupling is lower down than the carriage coupling, and I think there's some problems. The fact that there's no hook, so all the stress, but that would actually make a looser and wider coupling. I don't know. Let's try again. Let's see what happens. Everything's okay on the straight. Oh, it seems to be okay now. These are quite heavy carriages as well, huh? Okay, things seem to be okay now. So let's see. I think the main culprit was this one. This one with a lighter roof is the one where I had to work things on the bogies. And for some reason, this one here, even if the wheels are gauged correctly, everything's okay, this always causes some issues when it's in a certain position. Let's see if we can fit the baggage truck, the baggage van at the back, and see what happens when we have this boy. Okay, that's coupled up properly, and on we go. Working. I think we're going quite well. Okay. Disaster. There we go. Okay, that's back on track now. It re-railed itself. See, the problems are caused by the coupling between the light grey roof carriage and the luggage van. Also, my track isn't very straight. There it is. There it is. That rear bogie has derailed. There we go. Problems. I was going to re-rail now. There we go. Why is that happening? So the problem is between this coupling and the baggage van. So what I'm going to do, because I don't want this to happen again, using a white marker pen, I'm going to mark this bogie underneath where it's not visible, so that I remember never to couple this bogie with the luggage van. I can maybe couple this bogie with the other carriage or with a locomotive or whatever. So that's the thing. So this is the problem. So what we're going to do, we'll just finish the lap, finish this test run taking this luggage car off. We'll just pop it here on the sidings out the road, and we'll finish things off. As they say, all the best laid plans of men and mice may not work. There we go. Sorry, this is not a great video. It's a rough and ready one. Okay, small, short, 2-wagon, 2-carriage branch train to finish off the video. What are we doing? We stalled. This thing is still derailed. Oh, I'm going to have a look at that. I even cleaned the wheels before. Okay, there's a derailed Schicht carriage right there. And we're definitely testing the BR64 with all these derailments. Okay, now everything's okay. See if we manage to get a full lap without problems. I think there's also problems with this coupling. This slack coupling with these carriages is a problem, so we'll probably fix this up on a second video by coupling up a different... Oh, that was nice. Perfect. Derailment footage. Okay, I think that calls it a day. Sorry about this technical mishap. So, what's the problem here? I think that the front, this slack coupling here, these carriages have got spring under here. This is quite a short coupling, and this slack coupling, you know, we only have the eye, we don't have the hook. This is a bit of a problem. Coupling this Piko, this damaged Piko coupling hook to the Schicht, quite short. In fact, you can see how they're made. They're really quite short and sprung. So what I'm going to do, I'll fit, when I run this locomotive for the moment until I manage to get the new coupling hook, I'll put another German carriage in between. Or I could, yes, a non-Schicht. I've got other carriages. We'll also do another video running it with short German carriages, 2-axle German carriages, and probably there'll be less problems there because they've got Piko couplings. Some are Piko, some are Kleinbein, so I think there shouldn't be any problems. And definitely we're going to have a look at this and understand what's going on and do some tests with these carriages. So I think this is the problem, because on the bends, this bogie here derails. We also tend to have buffer lock, and not here because of course this is slack. This is a slack coupling, and so there's no such thing as buffer lock. And that's it. So that's another thing just to top this up, to finish up this this video. Seeing we're here with what is a 187 HO scale rail accident, but it was just a test run, so nobody got hurt. And, the guard managed to jump out. The guard felt it going. He's swearing now in German, which is actually a quite good language for swearing in. An angry German is always a memorable sight. And we'll have to get this tidied up. So one thing about such mishaps on a model railway is that these are quite simple, sturdy models with a good detail, with a good level of detail, but of course they didn't get damaged by falling over. So this is the whole thing. We have to remember that model trains are a dynamic model, and they might get damaged, they might get dented, there might be some problems, and so you don't want things, you know, breaking off because of an accident. The same as a real item of railway stock. So anyway, this way you get a good view of the underneath. They're even nicely detailed. They're very nice carriages. I tried to make the best of a bad thing. Okay, very well. I hope you enjoyed the video, despite these little technical hitches we had. And let's see if we can free this locomotive. Oh, yes, we can. And you're going to get back on the tracks. Righto. Righto, BR64. Off you go and get the emergency service. Righto. So we'll be doing another test video without different carriages and see, or maybe adding another German carriage. Okay, you can stop right there beside the accident area. Okay, very well. If you enjoyed the video, you can give it a like. If you've got any comments, here's another little thing I have to do here. I still have to straighten this step. This footplate here's bent. I haven't done that yet. And last night I did a short on lubricating all the linkage and things. And of course, right, let's cap this off. If you enjoyed the video, you can give it a like. If you, of course, subscribe to the channel, it's of great use. And click the notification bell. This way you can see more Gomez Adams derailment action. Apparently this is the new trend of 2024. Things coming off the tracks. The important thing is that they fall that way and not on the floor, because that would be a bad idea. Okay, cheerio, and see you next time. Anyway, this was good fun and it works very well. Ciao, ciao.